As part of the Motivational Monday Wildlife series, this week's focus is the elephant. Many people begin a health journey with excitement. They decide that this time will be different. They improve their nutrition, they start exercising. They begin paying closer attention to their sleep, hydration, and daily habits. For a few weeks, motivation feels strong. The future feels exciting. The possibility of transformation feels real. Then something happens, the person looks for evidence that the effort is working. They step onto the scale. They look in the mirror. They assess their energy levels. They compare their current situation to the outcome they imagined. When the gap feels too large, frustration begins. The thought often sounds something like this: I've been doing all this work. Why aren't I seeing bigger results? For many people, this is the moment where doubt enters the process. The plan may be working, the habits may be improving, the health markers may be moving in the right direction. Yet because the results are arriving more slowly than expected, the person begins questioning everything. This is one of the most common challenges in health transformation. Not a lack of effort, not a lack of information, not a lack of desire, a lack of patience. This week's principle comes from the elephant. The elephant is one of the most powerful animals in nature, yet it is not known for speed. Its strength is not built around urgency. Its strength is built around endurance. That distinction matters. Many people approach health as though speed is the ultimate goal. Lose weight quickly, get fit quickly. Reverse years of unhealthy habits quickly, transform the body quickly. The challenge is that meaningful biological change rarely works that way. Consider how long it takes for unhealthy habits to accumulate. Excess weight rarely appears in a single week. Reduced fitness rarely develops overnight. Poor metabolic health is usually the result of months or years of repeated behaviors. Yet many people expect those outcomes to be reversed in a matter of days or weeks. This creates unrealistic expectations. The body often changes more slowly than the mind wants it to. That does not mean progress is absent. It simply means progress is occurring on a biological timeline rather than an emotional timeline. The elephant reminds us that powerful outcomes often require sustained effort over long periods. Health transformation frequently follows the same pattern. The person who loses 20 kilograms rarely loses it in a month. The person who improves their blood sugar control rarely achieves it through a few healthy meals. The person who becomes stronger, fitter, and healthier rarely arrives there through a short burst of motivation. Instead, those outcomes are built through accumulation. One healthier meal, one workout, one walk, one good night's sleep. One decision repeated many times. The challenge is that accumulation is not always exciting. People notice dramatic change. They often overlook gradual change. Yet gradual change is where most lasting transformation occurs. Think about a tree. If you stare at it every day, it appears unchanged. Yet over months and years, the growth becomes undeniable. Health often works in a similar way. The daily improvements may appear small. The long-term improvements can be extraordinary. This becomes particularly important for adults over 40. Many people in this stage of life carry responsibilities that younger versions of themselves did not face. Careers, families, financial commitments, changing recovery capacity, changing hormones, changing priorities. The temptation is to compare current progress to previous decades, yet the goal is not to become the person you were 20 years ago. The goal is to become the healthiest version of yourself today. That process requires patience. It requires trusting that repeated healthy choices are creating value even when dramatic results are not yet visible. The elephant principle does not encourage complacency. It does not suggest that effort is optional. It simply reminds us that worthwhile outcomes often take longer than we would like. The person who remains committed during that period gains a significant advantage. While others become discouraged and stop, they continue. While others chase shortcuts, they continue. While others abandon the process, they continue. Eventually, the accumulated effort begins to reveal itself. This is where many people misunderstand transformation. They see the result and assume it happened suddenly. In reality, the visible result was often the final stage of a process that had been unfolding quietly for months or years. The weight loss, the improved fitness, the better blood sugar control, the increased confidence, the healthier lifestyle. These outcomes rarely arrive overnight. They emerge from accumulated actions, accumulated discipline, accumulated consistency, accumulated patience. The elephant reminds us that strength is not always about moving quickly. Sometimes strength is staying committed when progress feels slow. Sometimes strength is trusting the process when results are delayed. Sometimes strength is continuing even when immediate rewards are absent. That is why this principle is so relevant to health transformation. Many people do not need a better plan. They need more time applying the plan they already have. Many people do not need a new strategy. They need patience long enough for the existing strategy to work. Many people do not need a shortcut. They need the confidence to stay on the path they are already walking. The elephant principle reminds us that health transformation rewards patience more than urgency. The people who succeed are often not the people who move fastest. They are the people who stay committed longest. And perhaps that leads us to the most important lesson of all. Do not abandon a long-term process because it failed to deliver a short-term result. Trust the repetition, trust the accumulation, trust the long game. The elephant principle is simple. Health transformation rewards patience more than urgency.